Shalom, Lord of Christ. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatam.
All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. Hello, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started up at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. This is ISUPK Austin Tuesday Brotherhood class. All right, brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon. Brotherhood and sisterhood is what we're going to use to get so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out of hell. Okay, you might need a place to stay. You might need food in your belly. You might need a shirt on your back, and you need to lean on your brothers and your sisters. Okay, you need to lean on so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right, this is what we have to understand. All right, my connection right now ain't the greatest, so that's why we just jumping into try to get the song to work. I might not be able to share a screen, but regardless, we are going to rock and roll either way. All right. Let me see if okay. Let me try something. Let me get this Bible up, and let me see if I'm able to do it. Okay. You know, our oppressor, he is always oppressing, whether it's through the internet, whether through anything. Okay. So, so we have to understand that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to share no screen. So regardless, let's get into it. But tonight we're going to be talking about Christianity, your preachers and your pastors, those snake oil salesmen, you know, who believe that the kingdom is for every damn body. Okay, who believe that everybody should be saved. All right. Um, who teaches you that everybody should be able to come in your congregation and sit amongst you. Well, we know that's absolutely false because Christ, he never said that. He never said to join up with anybody. The Most High never said to join up with all people. All right, and that's what we got to come to an understanding. Is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Your Christian pastor, what does he want? He is out there for gain. Okay, that's what he is out there. He is out there for that gain, so he can get all your money. That's why he'll let somebody who lives an alternative lifestyle, they'll let them come into church and bang the hell out of the tambourine for 2 hours. Okay? Because it doesn't matter as long as you bring in that money, as long as you bring in that increase in, then they say you are welcome. Okay? But as many people as Joel Osteen lets in his church, you think he let anybody in his church when Houston flooded? He didn't let poor people in his church. And that's what you taught. They like to teach this prosperity doctrine. All right. Well, prosperity for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Young man, give me Isaiah 30 and 9.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 9. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
See,
verse 10.
we are children. We don't want to hear the law of the Lord. That's why we want to. That's why we want to go to church and feel good, because we don't want to hear the truth. We don't want to hear correction. All right, we are rebellious and lying people, and your pastor, he is exactly that. Okay, he is rebellious and lying like the rest of the nation. Okay, but here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, the home of the truth, you are going to get the truth, the absolute, unadulterated truth. We don't care how you feel. We don't care how your mama feel, how your grandmama feel. We give a damn about how the Most High feels. Okay? Continue reading, young man.
Khan, verse 10, which fears, see not into the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
You see, that's what we want. We want to be prophesied deceits. Okay? We don't want to hear get up off that stripper pole. We don't want to hear put away those guns and stop unaliving your brothers. Okay? We don't want to hear that. We want to hear oh happy day. We want to hear that feel good. We want to hear sweet sayings. We want them to speak smoothly to us. Most people, they want to deny us because they say we too rough. We speak too rough. Well, how the hell else are you supposed to wake up so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? We are a rough nation. We rock roughs and stuffs. Okay? So with that, you have to be rough. We can't be out here telling our brothers smooth things when that's going to put an end to his life. Talking those smooth things. You know he shouldn't go out there and sell those drugs. But you just like, I know you got to do what you got to do, brother. I know, man, it's hard out here. Everybody got to eat. And then he doesn't make it home to his children. You should have taught him the law, statutes, and commandments. You need to be rougher than those streets. I pray you understand. The only real men you ever see is the men right here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. And everybody outside of here is weak and effeminate. Okay? And we are harder than those streets. We give our children something better to look up to than a damn drug dealer, than a Christian pastor, than a pimp, than some rapper, little Uzi Vert. We give our daughters better role models than Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion and Coi Leray. See, in here we raising up princes and princesses. We're raising up a dignified people who will know how to carry themselves out here in this hellacious world, out here in this wicked world. Okay? We take away the coolness out of wanting to be a gangbanger. Come in here, it ain't cool to be a gangbanger no more. It ain't cool to be a damn drug addict. It ain't cool to abuse and disrupt your communities. All right? Read that one more time, young man.
Khan, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not
unto the seers.
See,
they don't want us to prophesy. See, them prophets, you know, they say to the seers, see not. Don't look at my transgressions. Don't let me know when I'm doing something wrong. You have a child, you are going to correct them. They're going to understand what they are allowed to do and what they are not allowed to do. And that's what the Most High does for us. So our seers need to see, and they need to say. And that's what we do here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. That's why we lift up our voice like a trumpet, okay? And that's why we cry aloud and spare not. All right? You can drop that and give me Acts 7 and 48. And Officer Razan, sir, anytime you want to chime in, you know you in there.
Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
You see, the prophet say, how be it that the Most High dwelleth not in temples? How the hell is Christ in every Christian church every Sunday? You think Christ is only in your church? Oh, he only here in Northwest Baptist. Oh, no, he only here at Pentecostal or Presbyterian or whatever the hell, all those nonsenses. All right? That is the problem. All right? He's not dwelling in your damn temple. Your house of God is not the house of God. It is the house of Satan. Because the things that go on in the Christian church are abominable. Okay? They are abominable. You know? They selling plates downstairs after the service. What they got on there? They got pork. Okay? They have a fish fry. What they frying? Catfish. Okay? This is what they do. They're going to have crawfish, broils, all manner of nonsense. That's why we have to wake up and we have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments under this banner here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, because we are a lost, destroyed people, and we like to be prophesied smooth things. We want to leave church feeling good, not learning anything. Okay? Because when you learn what? You have to change. You have to apply that to your life. And that's what we don't want to do. As so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We want to live how we want to live. We want to do what we want to do. Okay? And life is not about doing what you want to do. All right? Children, you are growing up. Don't think when you're a grown-up, you're just going to be able to do what you want to do. That's not how life works. Because how do you get punished as a child? How do you get punished as a child? Who punishes you? Your parents. You're right. But when you're an adult, who punishes you?
The Most High God.
No. All right. Right, but no. Who punishes you? Yes, but no. Who? Who is out there? Who is an authority out there running around, driving, pulling you over every damn day? Officer Razan brought out a beautiful lesson at camp talking about our plights as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and how we're the most incarcerated, how we are always the ones getting pulled over, getting taken to jail, because that's what happens. If you a parent and you don't discipline your child while they're coming up, if you spare that rod, well, your enemy won't, because he has a whole police force out there waiting for your child to turn 14, 13, not 18, 12. Hell, how old was Emmett Till? Okay? They're waiting for you to turn 14. Okay? Because to you, your life don't matter. Your mistakes don't matter. Because they are here to oppress you. Continue reading. Okay? Go ahead.
So like if I may real quick.
Oh, hold on, Salaki. Go ahead, Razan.
Oh, so like I just want to add, you know how we were saying we like to hear smooth words in the Christian church. Those are those smooth words that we listen to in the Christian church. That's exactly how the oppressor speaks to us, with those smooth words. You know what I'm saying? It sounds good, but little do we know we're being led into a trap. And the Christian churches keeps us in that trap. You know what I'm saying? With pork in our belly and marijuana running through our veins, eyes bloodshot and red. You know what I'm saying? We're oppressed, but the Christian church obviously is not the solution. It just keeps us dormant and asleep. And just a quick bit, you mentioned that, you know, when we become, you know, 14 and 15, you know, we're at the ripe old age where we start committing crimes and looking for a way out of the hood and out of poverty and oppression. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we're getting pulled over, we're getting shot up by the police. When the oppressors, you know, the so-called white man's sons, When they turn 14 and 15, that's the ripe old age for them to start, the demons get in their head and they start preparing for their next, mass unaliving. You know what I'm saying? They start accumulating their guns and looking for ways to be like the police. You know what I'm saying? So with Salaki, I just want to add that in.
That's right. Give him a hand. Khan, I don't want to con, sir. It's so heavy. It's just so heavy what you're saying, because that's why we love hearing those sweet words. And our oppressor does talk to that. Just like when our oppressor talks to our women. What do they say? They say, you take that man out the house, or we'll give you a house. We'll give you Section 8. You take that man out the house, we'll feed you. We'll give you food stamps. You take that man out the house, we'll give you a phone. We'll give you everything that you need. How do they talk to us, sweet? Oh, if you want that job, just cut your beard, brother. If you just cut that beard and you don't look all just so grizzly with it, and put that tie on, and change your speech pattern a little bit. If you come in here and you can talk and you can dialect with us, we might be able to. Damn that! Be who the Lord made you to be, greater than them. Hold where you at. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For everybody who thinks we're supposed to be the damn same with everybody, who everybody is supposed to be as great as us. Who the hell is as great as us? Who dances like us? Who plays ball like us? Who sings like us? They can't do a damn thing like us. Who creates like us? We create everything. Only thing your enemies ever created was the patent, so they could steal everything that you made. Go ahead if you got Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen
For
thee.
thou art a holy people. Hold on. We're going to stop there. For thou art a holy people. The word holy means separate. The Lord wants you to be separate from all these other nations. If you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are God's people. You are great. And you need to be holy and separate from the rest of these nations. That don't mean go find you a plot in Damona, Israel, next to all the chemical plants, okay? It don't mean take your silly behind tail to Africa. When we say separate like they do. Separate from their customs, from their ways, for the things that they do, okay? Separate from the way that they think. That don't mean you can't do commerce, you can't do business. All these other nations, they do business with each other. And what do? They take the increase to their people. Okay? That's what we have to do as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 6. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all
chose
people.
You. He chose so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to be a special people unto himself. Continue.
Khan. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No. Next to all people.
Above all people.
No, equal to all people.
Above all people.
Continue.
That are upon the face of the earth.
So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are greater than all people. You are supposed to stand high above all people. But what happened is we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why when you read Deuteronomy, the 15th chapter, and young man, you could go back to Acts 7 and 49. But like it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 15, You know, if we wouldn't hearken unto the Lord and follow all of the law, statutes, and commandments, these curses would come upon us. And that's why we are low in the earth today, because these curses are upon so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why we are in the conditions that we are in. And that's why we have to come together and rise up. Okay? Go ahead, young man. You could read Acts 7 and 49.
Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 4. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord? Or what is the place of my rest?
Why do Christians want to build this big old mega church, thinking that the Lord's there while you doing all abominable things? When he said heaven is his throne, earth is his footstool, what house are you going to build for him? What you calling the house of the Lord? Okay? You have the house of Satan, Trapala. You are the house of Satan. Okay, the synagogue. Okay? Because y'all ain't doing nothing in there but deceiving the people and confusing them. You say the law is done away with. But 1 John 3 and 4 says that sin is a transgression of the law. So for whoever committed sin transgresses also the law. So if you are a Christian, you should say that there is no sin, that sin is done away with. Because you say the law is done away with, and the only way you can sin is if you break the law. I would love for a Christian to just break that down to me one time and make that make sense. That the laws of God are done away with, but you call everybody who don't come to your deceitful church a sinner. Okay, continue reading, young man.
Khan, verse 48. Saith the Lord, or what is a place of my rest?
No, you said what? Verse what? No, that's 49 still. Go ahead, read 50.
Khan, verse 50. Have not mine hand made all these things?
Continue.
Verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit, as your fathers did, so do ye.
See, that's what's going on. We're rejecting that Holy Spirit. We want to be in the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of Thanksgiving, the spirit of Easter, the spirit of Valentine's Day. Well, you need to be in the spirit of the Most High. Okay? That's the spirit you better follow. Because if not, then you're going to have a hard thing coming. Because when Christ comes back, and that's what I don't understand. Christians think Christ is going to come back and they're going to see everybody that they loved. Your pedophile little brother that you love, your dope shooting uncle, okay? Your gang banging cousin, your alternative lifestyle son. Y'all just think he up there with Christ right now. Christians think every criminal that passes is automatically made a saint. He been out there dropping bodies for 10, 15 years. Then he finally get dropped, and now, he in heaven looking down on him. Christians, you are wicked, and you better stop teaching our people these lies and these deceits, these smooth words and these vain philosophies. Because that's why we're growing up in the conditions that we are growing up, because we believe that we can do anything that we want and there is no consequence. That's why when we get in front of a judge or in the court system, what are we doing? We're breaking down in there and we're crying because we didn't know we were going to get 15 years. When the Israelite is universal and practical knowledge, been telling you since 1969 exactly what's going to happen for whatever you do, whether good or bad. That's why you should listen to the priests and prophets of the Most High. And don't listen to your grandma. Don't listen to your Christian pastor. Don't listen to everybody who's been deceived and has no understanding. All right? You can continue reading, young man.
Khan, verse 52. Of the prophet have not your fathers persecuted.
Oh no, Salakia. No, I didn't need 52, Salakia. Give me Micah 3 and 11. Yeah, see, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, the home of the truth. You don't hear Micah in the Christian church. They skim right over Micah. Skim right over every damn thing. You're gonna hear John 3:16 and give me your money and sing a song. If we have time later, I'll show you the songs we sing. Every song we sang in the Bible, oh, it was about the unaliving of our enemies, the celebration of victory over our enemies. Don't your oppressor do it? Don't your oppressor celebrate every damn victory? That's why you have these so-called holidays, because he's celebrating. He's going to celebrate every victory he has. He celebrates a victory over you every day when he feeds you nonsense. Oh, give Officer Rosanna, eh? I gotta make that. I gotta show that. They show that. They skip right over Obadiah because they know Obadiah. They know what that's talking about. I seen an Edomite with a jersey that he made that said Obadiah. Good night. Yeah, it's talking about you. Damn right. Okay? And Obadiah says they are going to be cut off. Your so-called oppressor, Esau, he is going to be cut off for thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Because Jacob and Esau was twin brothers. And look how they treat you today. That twin brother, he came out red and hairy all over. We know who's red and we know who's hairy all over. Okay? You might not believe in Bigfoots. Take a razor away from Europe for 6 months. You're going to see about 100,000 Bigfoots roaming around. Okay? Take that razor away from them over there. Yeah, you're going to see Bigfoot. I believe in him. He's right over there. All you European nations, that's what it is. Well, they definitely pass over Leviticus. But they don't want to hear Leviticus. Those alternative lifestyle idiots, they made their own Bible. And they took certain things up out of there. And definitely Leviticus is out of there, especially 18 and 22, 20 and 13. Oh, those are out of there. All right, young man, if you got Micah 3 and 11, you can go ahead and read that.
Khan. This is the book of Micah, chapter 3. And yes, thereof judge for reward.
They what?
Judge for reward.
That's what they do. They judge for a reward. Your Christian pastor, he judges for a reward. That's why he comes out there like, maybe feeling himself. Like he's all high and holy and all high and mighty. I had a bishop that I trusted. Was going there for years. Then all of a sudden, the bishop ain't the bishop no more. He left and moved to Arizona with his young thing and left his other thing because he was having a baby. But he was supposed to be the bishop of the church. Don't they believe that they're supposed to have one wife? Well, here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we believe you can have as many as you want, as many as you can handle, Lord willing. Okay? But you can't
Salak, Salak,
handle
my
that. You
man.
can't lead a nation, and you can't even lead your damn women. Okay, we have to understand that. Go ahead, you damn right, sir. You got it.
Hey, Salak, yeah, I remember one day in Houston, I was driving down one of the main freeways, and there was a billboard promoting a gospel, literally a gospel concert, and it says the best gospel singers, no, the best singers in the gospel industry, and they have about 4 or 5 singers on there. And the fact that they reference it as the gospel industry just shows that the Christian church is a damn hustle. It's a corporation. You know what I'm saying? It's all about gathering, taking all your money, entertaining you, and worshiping men and women and esteeming them as somebody just because they can sing. You know what I'm saying? Just because they can quote a few verses. You know what I'm saying? Get people to get caught up in their emotions, start crying, falling out. You know what I'm saying? Filling up stadiums full of people just to hear somebody shuck and jive and be basically a motivational speaker. But just the fact that they they label it as the best singers in the gospel industry, that's sickening to me. And it's very weak, and it's a fruitless, it's a fruitless house, man. So it's like it, the water. You can go ahead, preach the water, man. Salakia.
Give him a hand. Damn right, sir. And it's heavy what you say because Christianity is a industry, and it's about getting the money. Because this is what I noticed: the choir or anybody who leads the sing. Go ahead. I think it muted up. But the choir, everybody the people who lead the choir, people in the choir, the drummer, okay, all of these people, the person that banged the tambourine, all these people are members of the church. But you know who? Every time I've been to a church, you know who wasn't a member? The pianist or the organist or the keyboardist, because they hire outside for that because they know exactly what keys to play to string to your emotions. They can play this. It's scientific that it gets in your it's like neurological science. Okay, how music makes you feel. It's hypnotizing. So I can make you feel a certain way by a certain keys. So when the pastor says, "Oh, I feel somebody's gonna do a $20 donation," they play these doom doom doom. Now you think it's you. You think God talking to you. Oh, I feel somebody gonna sow the seed of $500. You think they're talking to you, or they want you to run around the church crying or whatever. But these people are professional musicians that know how to get a feeling out of you. Every time I've been to church, I've got a feeling because of that certain string that they play that hypnotizes you. Benny Hinn, why he out there smacking you with a jacket? TD Jakes, you know what all them, when you're coming into their congregation, you know what's going on? There's hypnotizing music. So you're already at a loss as soon as you walk in there. And now inside, because you're going through these emotions, you believe this is the house of God. When it's really the house of torment. Okay? Go ahead and continue reading, young man. Because your Christian pastor, he wants a reward. He teaches for hire. Go ahead.
There's the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 11. The heads thereof reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money.
You know who else does this? Fake Israelites. Oh, I know a pretty Israelite. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, they look just like a choir. They all dress the same. Oh, they are so cute. Okay, they teach for hire. They want to see you. They want to see your damn pay stub before you come in there. Okay, you don't have to have a damn dollar to come into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. I believe we have pulled people from under a bridge and they graduated Hebrew Academy. I think that was here that happened. I think we marched for Trayvon Martin. While those pretty people, those cute niggas, or they marched for Kyrie. They for the rich. Well, the UPK, we are for the poor and the fatherless and the motherless and the homeless. We are for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Why? Because we had to get pulled up. I wasn't making no damn 6, 7, 8 figures. Okay? I had to be pulled up from the dust. Because that is the commandments. As soon as we can understand that, the more we can elevate this nation and really be better than every damn body. And be at our rightful place. But that's going to take a nation to come together. That's going to take a Hispanic looking at a so-called Negro and say, oh, we the same. We got the same plights. We got the same things going on. Until we can get to that, we're going to stay in this condition. And that's why they teach division. Why the hell does every Hispanic got their own flag? Because they're teaching division. That's why there's a Puerto Rican flag and a Dominican flag and a Cuban flag. The Cuban flag and the Puerto Rican flag is the same damn flag. They just switched the colors. The star, this line's this color, this line's that color. And that flag divides us. Those flags divide us because we're so proud. We want to be Panamanian. Oh, I'm Panamanian. I'm Panamanian. There ain't no difference between a Panamanian, a Mexican, a Puerto Rican, a Jamaican, a Negro. We are the damn same because we are all getting unalived. We are all struggling. We are all in hell. Continue reading, young man.
Kind of will come, verse 11. Yet will they lean up and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us.
You see, that's what they think. They think no evil is going to come upon them. Why? Why does T.D. Jakes think no evil is going to come upon him? Because he's rich. He hops on his private jet. He's not even coming to your building unless you have a check. Like when he comes, he's getting a fat lump sum. I wish I could remember, but it's a big ticket, and he's getting rich and he's getting gain off of ill will, and he's not gonna say one Bible verse. I don't care if it's Joel Osteen, TD. I don't care who's on there. If I see them, and if I'm scrolling to the channel and I see them, I'm going to watch the whole thing. You know why? Because I just want to see if they pull one scripture. They don't. They don't pull any scriptures. They just talk and talk and talk and talk and reference the Bible. Because they're about getting that money. And they look and say, no evil could come among us. Even though right in Dallas, his little alternative lifestyle son got arrested. You know how evil comes upon him? Because he's leaving the church to his daughter. He's leaving it to his daughter to lead men. But he thinks no evil is going to come upon him. Because I just felt she was the, you know how he talks? I just felt she was the one and she landed on to it out. I don't want to hear none of that when you was just selling your book, sitting between the oppressor's leg, taking a picture so you can sell your book. That is wickedness. That is nonsense. That is abominable. And you don't have to do those things. If you a man, be a damn man. Don't ever, I don't care what it is, you don't let nothing take away your fight, your manhood. Continue reading, young man.
In Khan, verse 11, and say, is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us.
Continue.
Khan, verse 12, therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house as the high places of the forest.
You see? That's why it has to be plowed. When you plow something, you turn it over the soil. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to be turned over. Okay? That's what we need. Because we are turning our hearts to all kind of wickedness, all kind of abominable things. Okay? And as the field, Jerusalem should become heaps and mountains, and the houses of the highest places of the forest. Okay? Hold on 1 second, Baba Koshan. One quick second. Let's see something. Oh, sorry. Drop that. Give me James 2 and 1. You have to understand, man. You have to understand that as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because we have nothing, we always reverence the people who we feel do have something. That's why when you get a nice car, what do? Or you get a gold chain, what do you do? When you get something nice, what do? You go in front of your people and show them, right? You show them, oh, I drive a Mercedes. I drive a BMW. I drive a Land Rover. I'm better than you. Because you driving a damn Honda two-door. So I'm better than you. Okay? That's why we always reverence. We love Oprah. Our women love Oprah. We love Jay-Z. We love people who are rich. We love people who look like they are better than us. Because we equate being better with money. Well, I'm going to tell you, here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we equate being better with these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, go ahead and read, young man.
Khan, this is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 1. My brethren, have not the faith of our Lord Christ, the Lord of glory, with respect to persons.
You see, have not faith by respect of persons. Because if you have respect of persons, you will follow an idiot off a cliff. Because you respecting him like he's just holy and great and all of the above. Okay? Don't have respect of persons because he looks nice. Because he looks like he has something. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 2. For if there come into your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment. Verse 3. And ye have respect to him that.
Hold on. So there comes this man. Hold on, young man. So there comes this man. He's dressed very nice. He has a suit, three-piece suit and a tie. Oh, his lineup is to die for. You know niggas love lineups. So you got to get that clean, crisp edge up. Okay. Got on his suit and tie, and he come in there, and you looking at him like, now that's a man of God. Then there's a man that come in there with vile raiment, destroyed clothing. He might have holes in his clothes because he's poor and he can't afford nothing. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 3. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing.
That weareth the what?
The gay clothing.
See, you have respect of that man that weareth that gay clothing. Okay? All that purple. All that happy, feel-good clothing. Oh, he wears the gay clothing, the Bible calls it. Continue reading.
Khan, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou here, Slacky, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool.
So that man in that gay clothing, trying to look clean and sexy, that's how your oppressor wants you. Your oppressor wants you so sexy. You know what's sexy to our women? Real men. Okay? That oppressor has you looking all sexy. You coming in here all clean, and he says, "Oh, you sit there." But to that poor man, he says, "You stand." Poor man can't even get a damn chair. But that man who wears the gay clothing, oh, you're going to give him a seat because he looks like something, even though he's absolutely nothing. You know how many people in this world look like something, and they're crazy as hell, and they do all manner of wickedness to you? Continue reading, young man.
Khan, verse 4. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts?
Go ahead and drop that and give me Luke 16 and 19. So we can show you about that we can show you about that gay apparel. We can show you how we treat ours that are less fortunate than us. We're not doing great. Have you seen our nation? And we think it's cool because what would we say when we get to move out the hood? Well, I'm doing good. Well, I don't got no problems. Well, I can pay my bills. What about your brothers and sisters that's under the bridge? That the Lord is waiting for you to go and what? Raise them up. To raise up a nation of priests. That is our duty. Go ahead and read.
Khan. This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, 18. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
That rich man was in what?
Purple and fine linen.
That rich man was in purple and fine linen. If you want to wear purple, if you want to be with a whole bunch of people who wear purple with you, you might need a couple coins. You might need to be a rich man. You know, you might have to show your pay stubs to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Okay? Why they want you to sign that non-disclosure agreement? Because they don't want you to talk about a damn thing that goes in there, on in there. They don't want to tell you about the brother who shot that man that thought he was a woman after he slept with him. They don't want to say. They don't want you to discuss that. They don't want to discuss how they give our women to Hamites for them to unalive. They don't want to discuss that. So you have to sign this piece of paper. So you can't say nothing. That is wicked. What damn paper do you sign here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge? Sign a damn thing, okay? You can leave and go talk and say whatever the hell you want. The truth is the truth. Continue reading, young man.
Khan, verse 19. And fair sumptuously.
He's rich. He fares sumptuously every day. Oh, every day he has plenty to eat, plenty to drink. Oh, he's doing well. He's rich. Go ahead and read.
Verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, who was laid at his gate, full of sores. Verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs.
Hold on. And see, that poor man Lazarus, he's just laying at the gate. He's laying at the gate, and he is a beggar. And he is full of sores. He is full of poverty. He's full of drug addiction. He's full of child abuse. It's full of child molestation. He is full of hell. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 21, and desire to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
All right, and that's what we are.
Over.
When we down and out, we just want a crumb from the table. Hold on, we just want Oprah to knock a crumb off the table. We're not even asking for a plate. We just want a crumb. You can't get a crumb from the rich of Israel or from your damn oppressor. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 21. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. All right. So when back in the day when you had a wound or something, and even today, if you have an open cut, a dog is going to come and lick it. Okay. But so the dogs come over and they lick the wound. Back in the day, you would take a dog, okay, and it would come over, and if you had a cut or something, it would lick the wound. They would say it would lick the wound clean, okay? And even right now, if you have something exposed, your dog will come over and do that. Well, you know who the dogs are that licks our sores today? Your oppressor, your enemy, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because what's he going to do? He's going to come give you a couple little food stamps, come give you some little housing, might give you a little job, making nothing an hour that you can support your family. So they're going to come and lick your little sores, okay? But there ain't no glory in that. And then after they lick your sores and give you this $7 an hour job, you looking at him like he's God, like he's doing he's bringing all of the treasures to your life. When that is a lie. Continue reading. Oh, Salakia. No, drop that. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 14.
Khan. This is the book of Jeremiah.
These
14.
preachers, they prophesy lies. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 14.
Go ahead.
Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name.
You see, these Christian pastors, your preacher, he prophesies lies in the Lord's name by saying the laws and statutes and commandments are done away with, by saying it's okay to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, by saying it's okay to sleep with women and be with women or men from another nation. That is wickedness, okay? That is not what the Lord laid down. The Lord said, be ye separate, okay? He don't want you marrying into these other nations. Why? Because of the same thing that happened with Solomon, the same thing that happened with Samson. It will turn your heart away from him, and you will want to follow their God. You didn't want to follow Shiva. Every nigga who thinks they're Rastafarian is following Shiva right now, getting those stupid dreadlocks. Any damn bum under a bridge could have a dreadlock. Okay? If you want dreadlocks, just don't do nothing. Just never touch your damn head. Pretty sure it'll lock the hell up. Okay? They prophesy lies in the Lord's name. That's why we got to prophesy truth. For every idiot out there who thinks they have knowledge. Okay? They don't have a damn thing. Go ahead and read. Continue reading, young man.
Salak, if I may.
Oh, yes. Damn right. Go ahead.
You know, Jeremiah 14:14, it says, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them. We got a lot of quote unquote internet Israelites, you know what I'm saying, going through all social media. We see them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You know, everybody thinks they know the Bible. Everybody thinks they know the scriptures, you know, from Genesis down to Revelations. And, you know, people, they start dabbling in all these different doctrines, and including the book of Enoch and all these other different books and religions. But like the scripture said, they weren't sent by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They're out here freestyling. including different doctrines, leading people astray, but being totally consumed with pride and self-assurance that they think they know what they're talking about. They're not the ones sent. I'm saying they're out there prophesying, like the scripture said, false visions and divinations, man. But these internet Israelites, they think they're really doing some work by typing. What I'm saying? They're lukewarm. I'm saying they're hiding behind the smartphone, behind the screen, but don't have the courage, and they're cowards. They don't have the strength and the courage to do the work of the Lord that we do in the UPK. So we put in our brick. So we get the accurate scripture breakdowns. We're not out here trying to freestyle and lead our people astray, because we're trying to learn, trying to lead how we see fit. So leading by our own how do you say it? Our own understanding, and that's how Christians move.
Lean not on our own understanding.
Kind. They learn a few scriptures and they take off with it and think they know better, and they think they're the authority to lead the people to the truth, when it's just a hodgepodge of lies and bullshit, nonsense, like it. But the truth is the truth, and it can't be mingled with lies and freestyling. You know what I'm saying? It's a lock at the water.
That's right. Give him a hand. Officer of 500, Razan Ayash. Because that's heavy, because that's right. They were not commanded. And every nigga with a damn Clubhouse account think they're ready to teach. Every nigga with a YouTube account think they're ready to teach when they have no understanding. I'm tired of fake Israelites sending me to Clubhouse. I don't want to hear it. You are not ordained. We are ordained because the spirit of the prophets are subjected to the prophets. Meaning in the regeneration, we come back and we come back and we come back. Okay? Continue reading.
Khan, verse 14.
You got it.
I said, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them.
Mm-hmm. You see, the Most High ain't dealing with your Christian pastor. He's not dealing with you fake Israelites. He's not dealing with no idiots. He is dealing with the Israelite school, a universal and practical knowledge under the commanding general Yohanan. And you Christian pastors and you fake Israelites, every day y'all work so hard to break down what commanding general Yohanan has held together. He didn't create it. He didn't make it up. He's not saying his words. So he keeps the truth. And you think you're better because you go make up a truth. And that is wickedness. And that is nonsense. And that is the opposite of brotherhood. A man stood and kept this truth alive. And you spit on it every day. Every time you recruit some new brother to wear purple. And don't forget the candy canes, or them brothers who wear red and white, or the ones in yellow. There's a bunch. It's a bunch of them. It's a break off of a break off of a break off. It's UPK, then it's what the House of David, and then some other nonsense, and then everything just keeps breaking off. So it's UPK, then two break offs. Then you a break off of a break off of a break off. You niggas is break dancers. Okay? Why wouldn't you just come home to the truth? Because you don't want to say Khan, I don't want Khan? Because you don't believe in multiple what? Because you don't want to be talked too rough? Or you want sweet words? You want to be prophesied false visions and divinations? That's what we love. We love everything fake. Why do you think there's so many fake brothers out there? There's a handful of real, and there's a fake. And you know, fake people with a bunch of numbers, they think they're so great. They think God is with them. When he said, I didn't choose you because you was the most in numbers. Okay? And didn't Christ tell that rich man to what? Sell everything you own and follow me. He said, Salakia. I got a boat. We going on the yacht tomorrow. I can't sell it today. We going on the yacht. I got this party. Oh, I got all these heathen women. I'm on my Samson. I got these heathen women coming through. I got a few Philistines. You want me to sell my boat? My house? No, that's too hard. Because nobody wants to sacrifice anything, but they want to gain everything. That is not how it works. This is a straight and narrow path. The road is not wide. You better understand. I pray you understand. You can continue. You can finish that out if there's more on there on 14.
Come. They prophesy unto you a false and divination.
And that false vision, and you know that divination, that deceit in their heart, is because your oppressor wants you to be more like him. So he teaches everybody to teach like him. That's why we wear a suit and tie. You know what a tie really represents? A rod, your male member. That's what a tie is that you're tying around your neck. Okay? We have to understand these things. He wants you to get a shape up. He wants you so clean cut because he wants you to look pretty for him. Because what did they do in slavery to you? They were with the men in slavery too, right? They wasn't just taking our women and having sex with them. They was having sex with our men as well. Raping our men, breaking of the buck. Because your enemy, he is such a wicked bastard. Okay? Like in that movie, he got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And then the dude, he was like, oh, how was she? And then, you know what that oppressor said? He said, oh, she had the butt of a 10-year-old boy. That's how your oppressor thinks. That's how he sees you. So he wants you pretty for him. Give me Leviticus 19 and 27. He wants you to shape up. That's why they love to say shape up or ship out. He wants you to shape up. He wants you to dig all in, cut all the. Oh, just dig into the spirit. Just take it down and line it up. Get you a crisp lineup, and you'll look so good. When really you have a natural lineup. If you have hair and you are not, cursed of the baldness like me, you're going to have a natural lineup. What the hell you need to do but wake up and go out the house? Go ahead and read that. Let's see what the Lord says about lineups and shape-ups and haircuts and all that nonsense.
Khan. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
You shall not round the corners of thy head. You're not supposed to be cutting in and getting no damn shape-ups. That goes against God. You're not supposed to mar your beard, digging into it. You want to look sexy. Forget all that nonsense. If I could, I'll be looking like Razan on here. Hair and beard, glorious. Well, I'm trying to get like that. I might have to give me a little, put a little wig on top. That's how you're supposed to look. Like a warrior. Like, look at a young man right here. He's a young man. His beard to grow in later on in life. Young man got that fro. Oh, and he pick it till he gonna have a bald spot the way young man picked that fro. Young man picked that fro. That's glorious. Glorious fro. Okay? This is how we supposed to look. Like these warriors you see on the screen. Like the priests and prophets you see in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Like Christ. Christ didn't look like that oppressor with sandy blonde hair, with blue eyes, in a toga. He didn't look like that. He looked like a man of war. He looked like Revelation said. Revelations 1 and 13 says. Okay? Like a damn warrior. Because he is of the Father, right? And the Father is a man of war. And that's what we are, men of war. That's why I said he led us out of Egypt by our host, by our armies. Okay? Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
I have what?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
The law's done away with.
I have taught you statutes and judgment.
Continue.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me.
You see? That's what we learn. That's what we're here to teach you in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. The laws and the statutes of the Most High. Exactly what you're supposed to do and not do. Continue reading, young man.
Khan.
Oh, that was it on that?
Should...
All right, give me Second Corinthians 11 and 3. Let's get that real quick.
Khan, this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11.
Mm-hmm.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
All right, so like that serpent, who is that serpent? That serpent is your oppressor, okay? Your oppressor. Dwight, we'll call him that. Dwight, okay? And forget the D and reference the last part, but Dwight, okay? That, he is so smooth. He is the most subtle beast. That's who deceived Eve in the garden. It wasn't no snake. It wasn't no snake in no apple. It was us following these other nations. But just like that serpent who is subtle, he is the most subtle, he is the most cunning, the most conniving. He uses those smooth words and he deceives you. He uses those smooth words to turn you away from your people. Okay? It says, but I fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds will be corrupted in the simplicity that's in Christ. See, it's so simple to follow Christ. Just do what the hell he says. But your oppressor, he's going to distract you from that. Just like he distracted Eve in the garden. Continue reading.
Khan, verse 3. For if he that cometh preaches preaches another Jesus whom we have not preached.
Hold on. For he that cometh that preaches another Jesus whom we have not preached. Go to any Christian church. That Jesus in there, that's not that's not the Jesus who was preached. You know who they preach in a Christian church? That image. You ever see that image? Go get that Bible up out of there. I'm gonna show y'all the image. Okay? I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. So y'all know. All right? They preach another Jesus. I'm gonna show you the another Jesus. This is another Jesus. I don't know if y'all can see. Y'all see that devil on this? Y'all see that devil right there? Y'all see that devil right there? That is Caesar Borgia. Pope Alexander VI of Rome's son, okay, who lived an alternative lifestyle and also killed Slovakia, unalived his brother-in-law so he could marry his own sister. If you look, they had a series on Netflix called The Borgias, okay, the first crime family. This is who they gave to you as Jesus Christ. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That is not Christ. You think the Last Supper looked like this with a bunch of damn heathens? That would have been damn King Herod's supper. Not the supper of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And they give you that image because they preach another Jesus. Well, here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we preach Yahweh Shai. Okay? We have not accepted that. We have not received another gospel, nor do we accept it that you might bear well with him. Drop that. Give me Jeremiah 16 and 14.
Khan. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 4. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I shall no more that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
You see, there's going to come a day, because we celebrate the Passover. There's going to come a day where it says no more. That the Lord that liveth, that brought us up out of the land of Egypt. Continue reading. Let me blow your mind, Christians.
Khan, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them.
15.
Verse 15. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yes. Continue. Finish it out.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
So our land that they gave to our fathers, that is Israel. That is our land, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why right here it says, the Lord liveth, that brought the children out of land of the north. What is the land of the north? One second, young man. What's the land of the north? Where do we live? In America, but what America? Not Texas. What America? What? North America. Give her a hand. That's where we live, in North America. The Lord is going to come rescue us in chariots, because there's going to be thermonuclear warfare going on. We're going to get rescued, and we're going to be brought back into our land. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. Continue reading. I got to get through this. I'm sorry. So I can't just skip it.
Verse 16. Behold, I will send many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
You see, so right now we are fishing. That's what we're doing right now. We're fishing. But when Christ comes back, we are going to hunt. And we're going to hunt them out of every hill, every mountain, every hole, every rock. Why is that? Because that's what they love. All right? They love the rocks. They love the clefts. They love the hills. That's why they are called Caucasians, because they come from the Caucasus Mountains. And when Christ comes back, they're going to haul tail back to all of those mountains. Oh, we're going to come get them. And we're going to dash their babies across the stones like they did ours. We're going to feed their babies to alligators like they fed ours.
That's right.
We're going to have retribution. The Most High, He is going to, through Christ, He is going to set justice on this earth. They think they can commit all these crimes and think they're not going to go to court, think they're not going to serve the penalty. La. Go ahead, young man.
Colonel Khan, can I pull up a quick what you talking about?
You're damn right you could pull a precept. You're damn right.
Colonel Khan, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 15. It's like in verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do
by
Edom
what?
Hold
on, by what? I will lay my hand on Edom by what?
By the hand of my people Israel.
That's because we going through those clefts and rocks and getting them out. Continue reading, young man.
Colonel Khan, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger.
That is justice. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Is there any more on that?
Colonel Khan, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
Is there more?
La.
And they're going to know the Lord's vengeance. Okay? They're going to know. And who's going to get them? Us. The men. Our women, we don't send our women out to war. Esau, he sends everybody out to war. Your daughter could go to war. Your sister, your mother. He doesn't care. Oh, don't worry. When the Lord sees them come back, the men will handle it. And our women will just be princesses. Their feet's going to be so tender, they can't even just step out, you know? They're going to be so tender, so delicate. Because they're going to be so taken care of. Excellent precept. Give the young man a hand. That is an excellent goddamn precept. So that's exactly what we're talking about. All right, you could go to Jeremiah 16 and 17.
Colonel Khan, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter
7. Yeah, we got it.
For mine eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is there iniquity hid from mine eyes.
You see, and our enemies, it's not hid from the Lord's face. We might think, now look at all this oppression that's happening in the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The Lord is seeing it, and there will be retribution. There will be justice. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 18. And first, their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of detestable and abominable things.
That's what they do. Because they come into our temples, they come into our neighborhoods, they come into our kingdom and destroy it with detestable and abominable things. And UPK is one body. You know how? Because the precept that the young man pulled, that was the next, precept. That's how you know we one body. Because right after that, down the line, is Ezekiel 25 and 14. But since young man so righteously brought it out, we could pass over that. And let me get Isaiah 14 and 21. This is what I need Christians to understand. Don't tell me I don't have the gates of heaven on here.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
It says prepare slaughter for who?
For his children.
Prepare slaughter for who?
For his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children. Because what did they say? Well, I wasn't alive back then. I didn't have any slaves. Then we go to Jim Crow. Well, I wasn't alive back there. I wasn't oppressing. Or not Jim Crow. We go to integration. Well, I wasn't. And then right now, our children are being unalive. And you know what? When my son, who's sitting next to me right now, who's 14, when he's 25, you know what they're gonna say? Well, I wasn't around for. Well, I wasn't there for George Floyd and Trayvon Martin. Well, I didn't do that. We know you didn't, but we know there'll be a new Trayvon Martin. There'll be a new George Floyd. There'll be a new Philando Castro. There'll be a new one. So since then, started from the top, the Bible says what?
Come, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for the iniquity of their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Nor possess the land, that they do not rise, nor possess the land,
See, that's
nor
what we
build
got
the
to
faith
do.
of the cities.
We got to prepare slaughter, okay, for their iniquities of their fathers, so that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fulfill the face of the cities. Because you know who's still running it? My great grandfather is no longer alive, but you know who's still running it right now? That same oppressor, all the way down to me. When I'm not alive and my grandchildren are here, if so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't want to come to the law, statutes, and commandments, if Yahweh Shai isn't back, be that same damn oppressor, that same evil, wicked bastard still running it. But we think they're our friend because we got to click with them because we talk basketball because we on the team because we play baseball together because we talk about LeBron James and he gives me all the weed that I need, all the cocaine, all the pills, all the lean. So he's my friend. When really you just his nigga. Understand that. And that's how they treat you. You think they got more respect? My children have spent the night over devils' houses. I doubt those devils have any damn respect. I believe they think they're on top. And you're just some nigger. Okay? Drop that. Give me Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because this is what your enemy, your Christian pastor wants them to come into the church. But this is who he wants to come into the church. Your oppressor. Who feels this way about you forever. It's endless. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6. Therefore, as I live.
Hold on. It says, hold on. It says, because they have a perpetual hatred for you. Your enemy has a perpetual hatred for you. Continue reading now.
Come. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Read that one more time.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
And that's what's going to happen. This blood of these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is going to pursue them for having a perpetual hatred against the children of Israel. Is there any questions? Officer Razan, do you want to say anything?
Khan, if I could, like I saw one of y'all, our camp leader said, the black man, the Latino man, Native American man, we are never dead enough to our oppressor.
Officer Razan, you want to say anything, or you too wild?
Salaki, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No sweat. No. Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commander General Yohana. Young man, go ahead and get the security announcements. If you got them.
ISUPK security announcement. With ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 1, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Mashiara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Upcoming holy convocations. Feast of First Fruits. It starts after the Sabbath, unleavened bread. Sundown, April 9th, 2023. Count 50 days. Celebrate on the 50th day, Monday, May 29th, 2023. Starts before sundown. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 10 through 22.
If anyone wants to become a trooper, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarf. These are the ISUPK security announcements.
All right, Amajim, that means stand. Everybody stand. All right, we're going to Sar, which turn and face the east. Okay. We're going to get the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Tabaya. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Asha. Barataza. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Natananawa. Akam. Tom. Yawam. Wasalakia now. Kabawatia now. Kasalakia now.
Kabawatia now.
Wala.
Hala.
Tabanawa. Banasawan.
Banasawan.
Yahweh Shadawa. Mayan. Ran. Kayalaka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wahata Paraf. La Walayam. Amen. Now in English. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom
thy
come,
will be done
thy will be
in
done
earth as it is in heaven.
in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
Give us
our
this
daily
day
bread,
our daily bread.
our
and
daily
forgive
bread,
us our debts,
and forgive us our
as
debts,
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
to deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and the
kingdom,
power, and the glory, forever. So
forever.
be it.
So be it.
All right, we're going to Sar. Men of Israel, rise. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher. Stand up. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. All right. Yazimatah. All right. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, rise. Men of Israel, you like this. Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak,
Yahweh Shemal Lathan by Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shemal Lathan Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yajimatah, class dismissed. Clap it up.